Hello all, this is Anupama Zawargi here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Are you constantly feeling stressed or overwhelmed, or you're constantly worried about one thing or other, or you feel that things are not in your control? Then this video is for you because I'm going to share a very important 5 by 5 rule here which will help with all these conditions. Actually, stress, somehow, we always think of stress as something bad, but stress is actually good because we feel this stress or this anxiety because of the fight or flight response that we have, that nature has given us in order to protect us. Like we were when we were living in caves, and we had to face tigers outside. We had this fight or flight response in our body to let us know, to make us scared and to protect us from all these dangers that we had to face. But what has happened is, nowadays we are constantly under this fight and flight response. We are never we are never normal and happy. We're constantly stressed about one or the other things. This stress is actually good for the big things in life. Like if we need to be stressed out about our financial situation, about our career, about our relationships, or the big decisions that we have to make in our lives. Because when we are stressed about it, we are focused on it, we give that thing all our attention, and we because of the stress we actually think a lot about those things, that what we need to do or we shouldn't do, things like that. So they help us, the stress helps us make better decisions, because the stress shows us that this is important and we need to pay attention. But nowadays, this is good for the big things, but we are nowadays stressing over all the small things also in our lives. Especially, since we have so much access to so much of information, we can control everything through our literally our phones. Like, so we can schedule everything, we can get all the information that we need from our phones, we can monitor everything. But in a way it is good, but that gives us a feeling of power also, that we have so much control. But because of this, because of constantly feeling this power, even the small things, if they don't go our way, we get very stressed out. And nowadays, we live in times where we have just so many choices to make. So even that is making us stressed. And being connected with people all the time, we everybody knows, sometimes we send a message, we are constantly worried, especially the youngsters, whether somebody has seen the message, whether you can see the text, or when are they going to reply. So we're constantly checking our phone. So this is another kind of stress. Or in earlier days, if we had some guests and when they would leave, we would say, when you reach there, send us a letter and stuff like that. But now it's like we are just constantly monitoring, what time it is, have they reached. If you don't get a message at that point where you think they must have reached, you start feeling so stressed out about it. So you're constantly in one kind of stress or the other because of all the choices also. What food to eat is a stressor nowadays, what clothes to wear is a stressor. So all these small things are giving us a lot of stress, because a lot of things, like somebody cuts us in traffic, or it's a people are not listening to what we want to say, or people are, everybody has their own opinion. So if somebody's opinion differs from ours, we get stressed out. All these small things are just adding to stresses, and we are constantly under stress. And once we know that we have some kind of stress all the time, we get stressed about being stressed. So it's like a vicious cycle. So whatever the protective mechanism that we had just to deal with the bigger things is actually being used for the smaller things also, and that generally tends to drain us, because you're constantly worried, constantly in a state of high alert sort of, which we were supposed to when we would encounter a tiger or something like that. But here, if somebody doesn't agree with us, somebody is like say something to us, any of these small things, we become really really stressed. So and we have a problem of plenty also. Now we have plenty of choices, so what to wear, what to eat, which restaurant to go to, is or all these small things are also stressing us out. So now, what can we do about it? So here is when the rule of 5 by 5 comes in handy. So what this rule says is that if it is it won't matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes worrying or being upset about it. So anytime you feel stressed out, you need to ask yourselves this question, is this going to matter in 5 years? So for a lot of things, you will realize that you will actually, have a smile on your face when you think about it, because most of the things that we are stressed out about nowadays won't matter in 5 years. So what happens is, this actually helps us to focus on the things that do matter. To It will help us make all those big life decisions, although to take care of all the other important areas of our lives. It will give us time, space, and energy to think about those things that are important, and not fret over all these smaller things that we keep worrying about. So this is a great rule that you can live by. So your body will actually normally and automatically calm down. You will be happy, and you will be actually living your life more fully, because you're not constantly stressed out and worrying about one thing or the other. So this really helps with people who are always overthinking, or who take a lot of things to heart, and then they are constantly stressed out about those things. So it brings into focus what is really important in our lives, and we can let go of the things that actually sometimes seem very important at that moment, but 5 years down the line, they are absolutely, if you think like that, for future, they absolutely don't matter. So this is a great distinction, because things like career, your financial situation, maybe your life, big life decisions, definitely 5 years down the line, they will matter. So you need to have energy for and focus and a clear mind to think about those things, and not worry about all the small things, like somebody said something to you and you're spending whole day thinking about that. So this gives a distinction, makes a distinction between what matters and what doesn't matter. So this is a great rule to live by. When I tried this rule and I use it, the first thing that happens is I have a big smile on my face when I realize I'm fretting over things, or I'm worried about things, stressed out over things that have no relevance in 5 years down the line. Not even 5 years, maybe next day also they don't have any relevance. So this is a great stress buster tool, you can say. And try it out. Let me know, share it with somebody who could benefit, who overthinks and is constantly stressed out. And if you like the video, press the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in another video with another topic. Thank you.